BTS News. The army is crying. Jimin's confession about Jungkook that was never revealed before. A heartwarming moment occurred when Jimin, one of BTS's lead vocalists, finally revealed something he had long kept about Jungkook. This recognition not only shocked the other BTS members, but also made the army around the world touched to the point of not being able to hold back tears. The moment occurred in a private interview that was not broadcast live. But the recording was leaked to the public through social media platforms last night. In the footage, Jimin appears to be sitting quietly, wearing casual clothes, but the look in his eyes shows that he is carrying heavy emotions. In a quiet and slightly trembling voice, Jimin said, "All this time, I always felt like I owed Jungkook a lot. But I never had the courage to tell her this in person. There was a moment in my life where only he knew I was in the darkest of times." The speech made the atmosphere instantly silent. Many fans said that the moment was one of the most sincere confessions ever delivered by a BTS member. ARMY wrote on Twitter, "I always knew their relationship within BTS was so deep, but hearing Jimin say something like that makes my heart break and full of love at the same time." Jimin then goes on to say that Jungkook is not just a coworker or best friend, but someone who has been a light when he almost gave up. "She may not know, but with just one hug from her, I feel strong again. He made me believe that I was not alone," Jimin said while holding back tears. Jungkook's reaction has not yet been officially released, but many are confident that he will also respond with empathy. Jungkook himself is known to be very protective of Jimin, and many moments over the years show their closeness as more than just coworkers. This confession went viral and sparked a lot of discussion among fans. ARMY flooded social media by showing their support for Jimin's courage to open the emotional side that had been hidden. Korean entertainment watchers also spoke up, saying that moments like this show the human side of idols who have often been burdened with high expectations. "They are not only superstars, but also human beings who support each other behind the spotlight of the world," said one Korean pop culture analyst. For ARMY, this recognition not only made them feel closer to BTS, but also inspired them about the importance of having someone to trust and listen to when the world is tough. The story of Jimin and Jungkook is now a symbol of the power of true friendship in a stressful world, and at the end of his confession, Jimin delivered one sentence that has now been immortalized by fans: "If it wasn't for Jungkook, I probably wouldn't be the Jimin you know today." After Jimin's statement spread widely, reactions from celebrities, entertainment journalists, to mental therapists in South Korea began to emerge. Many praised Jimin's courage in expressing his emotional side. Especially in the K-pop industry, which often demands perfection and extraordinary mental resilience. One of the highlights is how Jimin and Jungkook's relationship seems to be much deeper than it seems on screen. They used to be seen as just best friends who like to joke, tease each other, and share the stage. However, this recognition opens up a new dimension of their relationship, a sincere and unconditional form of affection, born of the difficult experiences they have gone through together since their debut. Some old footage that is now back viral. Fans began to find many clues that seemed to be confirmation of Jimin's confession. One of them was when Jungkook reflexively clasped Jimin's hand as they stepped off the stage after a big concert. Or when Jimin looks glum backstage and Jungkook is the only member who walks up to him without saying much, just hugging him. Those moments, once taken for granted, now look much more meaningful. Although there has been no official statement from Jungkook regarding Jimin's confession, his latest upload on the Weverse community platform implies something profound. He wrote, "Sometimes, what is most important cannot always be expressed in words. But my heart knows and will always know." ARMY certainly immediately associated the sentence with Jimin's emotional statement. Some fans believe that this is a form of retribution from Jungkook, simple but full of meaning. Around the world, the ARMY began to roll out support projects as a form of love and gratitude for Jimin's honesty and Jungkook's sensitivity. In Korea, Japan, the Philippines, even Brazil and the UK, giant LED screens began displaying warm quotes about their friendship. Some fans even made a special compilation video of their moments together since their trainee days until now, titled "For the Light You Gave Each Other." For many fans, the real answer is not so important. The most important thing is, they see the man behind BTS's big name. They see two people who support each other, take care of each other, and are not afraid to show love and tenderness in an often harsh world. And for Jimin, perhaps this is the starting point for healing old wounds. For Jungkook, it's a reminder that his presence really matters. To understand how deep the feelings implied in Jimin's confession are, we need to go back to the early days when BTS was not yet known to the world. At that time, Jimin was a new trainee who came from Busan, still adapting to the rigors of training in Big Hit. Jungkook, despite being younger, has already gone through the harsh routines of the idol world. The two of them weren't just group mates, they became each other's place to stay. In many of BTS's old documentaries such as Burn the Stage and Break the Silence, we can see how often Jimin leans on Jungkook emotionally. There is even footage in which Jimin cries alone after a difficult choreography rehearsal, and the camera captures Jungkook quietly sitting next to him without saying much, just accompanying him. That's the thing most people forget, that they grew up together, facing failure, mental stress, and fear that can't be shared with the world. In silence, they become each other's strength. Although not explicitly responding, the BTS members seem to be making room for Jimin and Jungkook to deal with this dynamic in their own way. RM, in an interview with Korean media, had said wisely, "We've been through so much together. There are ties that don't need to be explained, we just know." Meanwhile, V was seen giving indirect support via his Instagram, posting a silhouette photo of the 7 members with a short caption, "Forever." A message that despite the changing dynamics, their togetherness remains intact. It is no exaggeration to say that ARMY is one of the most loyal fandoms and sensitive to the emotions of their idols. Many wrote Haru's messages on Twitter, Instagram, and even sent physical letters to HYB, expressing their support for Jimin and Jungkook. One of the messages from fans wrote, "Dear Jimin, thank you for being honest. And to Jungkook, thank you for always being his silent protector. You two are the reason we believe in the invisible power of love." Some even made a small mural on a roadside in Seoul with a quote that is now viral: "Love doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real." This recognition is not the end, but the beginning of a new round. Some media speculated that this could pave the way for BTS to be more open to issues of mental health and emotional connection in the often over-demanding K-pop industry. Jimin and Jungkook are now not only musicians, but also symbols of sincerity, courage, and recognition of wounds that have been hidden for too long. If in the past they were only known as idols with extraordinary choreography, now they are also known as humans who dare to love and express wounds.